My name is Ferny G, and I am your new ASMR reader. I basically just hang out with you, tell you funny stories, and on this particular episode, we are just going to be reading a more Reddit funny stories. Here I have with me my favorite snacks of all time. I literally went to Fred Meyer and bought a couple of things to make nachos, and obviously a few more things to buy, like snacks and stuff. With adding your phone number to get discounts, it was $89 for everything. And it was only like two plastic bags worth of stuff. I also have sparkling Kirkland kiwi strawberry flavor drink. And also, if you partake, we are smoking today on banana candy. Beautiful. So, like I always say on my ASMR reading videos, if you're looking for background noise, this would be perfect. But make sure you have your snacks, make sure you have your phone. Make sure you have everything you need to just relax and listen to me ramble along and tell you funny stories. This particular story is called "A Donkey Saved My Uncle's Life." This is nonfiction. My uncle tells this story often, so I told him I would put it on Reddit for him. My uncle owns about 1,000 acres of land in Utah. He built his own house there in the 80s, and he has a small farm where he grows onions and corn. He also has horses, donkeys, and chickens on the other side of his property. There is also a small mine from the 1900s on that side of the property that sits about 100 meters up. A slope right next to the barn, and coops for the animals. Oh wait, hold on. No. Oh, okay. Today's candle. It doesn't have a name on it. Sand plus fog. I can't believe I didn't do this. Now let's get back to the story. Anyways, in 1995, my uncle was removing a dilapidated building that was next to the mine. He was dragging big planks of wood down to the barn area to burn later. On one of his trips, he decided to take a break, so started walking down the slope empty-handed. He heard a noise from behind him and saw a mountain lion was running right for him. He managed to run down the slope a bit and was close to the barn when a lion jumped on him. It was only on top of him briefly, however, because one of his donkeys named Paco came running over and trampled the lion off of him and started fighting it. The donkey beat the hell out of the lion and was stomping it long after it was dead. The donkey killed the lion. My uncle drove himself to the nearest hospital, which was almost a 2-hour drive, and had to get stitches on his back and neck. Miraculously, he only had a few deep cuts but was pretty much okay. He still has scars on his back from where the lion's claw ripped him up. After that, he would give Paco champagne or wine, sometimes while feeding him. He tells that story every Thanksgiving or any time he visits his house. I would feed that donkey so much food after. Actually, no, maybe not, because I would want him to, obviously be fit enough to where he could maybe potentially save me again if that were to ever happen again. That was not what I was expecting. Wowzers. That deserves a smoke break. Okay. You guys ready? What's the craziest thing you've ever done? This one says, I used to travel all over the world for work. Once, when I was in Alaska, I went ice climbing. I climbed a frozen waterfall. We used pickaxes and crampons and everything. It was wild, absolutely beautiful and terrifying at the same time. What are crampons? A classmate of mine left his phone in my car, so I went to work with it and responded to messages that would pop up on this dude's phone. At one point, the phone rings and I answer it, and this dude asks me if I want to smoke pot. So I get the address and go to his house, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Well, I explain the situation, and he laughs and invited me in anyways. So then I end up meeting his aunt, and now she's my wife. Wow. Probably taking a 24-hour flight to get laid. Cost $5,000. Plus, to be honest, worth it. What? Show up to X's apartment after he ghosted me and walk in the same time as his new girlfriend. Then talked with him for what I think was a long time until he ran away, and I went home. Was very drunk and learned the cycle of domestic violence and my own issues from that, lol. No worries though, I will not be dating anyone until/if I ever get that part of myself sorted out. Good for you, beautiful box 5942. That's probably a wise decision. I had cookies and ice cream for breakfast once. I'll never forget that day. A bully twice my size bullied me too much on the wrong day. Long story short, I threw gasoline on him and chased him all the way home while he screamed for his mother. After that, he avoided me. No police or adults ever came to talk to me about the incident. This is not a brag. I was a miserable, troubled kid, and sometimes I lashed out in ways that could easily have ruined my life. If you guys can hear wind in the background, it's because I have one of my windows a little bit open. I have to keep it open to air out the damn apartment because if I don't, it'll just smell like cat shit and piss. I love them, but holy fuck. I really am about to drop like $500 on an automatic cat litter cleaner thing, litter box. Let's read. Let's read two more. Should we read two more? I've been stalked for 8 years, and it's only getting worse. I've been stalked since I was 10, and it only got worse. This all started when I was 10. A guy in my neighborhood, who was a few years older than me, began showing up everywhere I went. At first, it was just him staring at me from across the street, but it quickly escalated. He'd follow me to the park, hang out near my house, and even walk behind me at school. I tried to ignore it, thinking it was just a phase, but as I got older, it didn't stop. Now I'm 18, and he still won't leave me alone. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. I'm sorry. At 16, he started messaging me, asking why I never talked to him. Then one day he asked me out. It was creepy and made me feel trapped. I told him I wasn't interested, but he didn't take no for an answer. The worst part, he would still show up in places I wasn't expecting. My job, the mall, even outside my house. It felt like he was always there, watching. I've talked to the police, but it's hard to prove anything without clear evidence. I still get anxious when I see him around, and I'm always looking over my shoulder. God, that's scary. That's like my worst fear. Like, my worst fear is literally like turning around and seeing just somebody fucking, like a stranger just staring right at you, and you're just like, you just get that like weird, scary, like feeling across your body. Oh, hell no. That's the heebie-jeebies. No, thank you. Let's do one more and then we'll call it good. My ex is a cat killer. I'm just having a very hard time processing this. I was in a very toxic and emotionally abusive relationship with someone who was playing me and stealing from me the whole time. We've been broken up for a while now, and I've been living my best life since then, but I can't get over the fact that he was hurting my cat. He has strangled my cat, slammed a door on him, poisoned his food bowl and food container with 91% isopropyl alcohol, and probably more that I don't even know about, as he lived with my parents and I for a few months at one point. My cat would instantly shit everywhere and cry in fear when he saw my ex. My mom was telling me that my ex was hurting him, but I didn't believe her and was almost offended by her suggesting that as a possibility. Parentheses, I didn't know about any of this while we were together. End parentheses. When this one random girl DM'd me one day and told me that my then PF was a cat killer, I asked him what's the absolute F this girl was talking about. He said he thinks it's just one of his dumb ex's friends, and that she thinks he killed his previous ex's cat. He told me some BS story about how one day when his ex's family wasn't home, he was outside with her cat and was trying to save it from a rabid dog, but wasn't successful, so it apparently died in his arms. Sorry, I need to go to bed. I guess I'm just venting. I'm never feel bad for my cat. He's clearly been traumatized, but damn, is this dude psychotic or what? Please don't ask me what I saw in him. It was a rough time in my life. Oh. Sad, man. I have a friend whose partner did that. Evil bastard killed around 7 of her cats with antifreeze-laced chicken. I'd like to think there's a special place in hell for people who do that kind of shit. He was/is a psychopath and employed by a local supermarket. Little short male, aggressive nature, and cannot pass its driving tests. Has a lot of shortcomings. Pardon the pun. Now generally despised by those in the know. That's so sad. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's 1:05 in the morning, and I usually do this at night because it helps me like whisper very quietly since everyone is sleeping and it's nighttime. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Ferny again, and it is a pleasure to be your ASMR reader and to entertain you for as many minutes as you shall stick around. Make sure you like this video, and make sure if you would like more content from me and watch my other videos, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I also make music. My new EP, Nothing Feels Right Till You Get Home, is out now on all platforms, and please make sure to take care of yourselves, and of course, without further ado, I shall see